Not thinking of that. I'm not thinking of that. Think about going winning games. We'll figure it out.
Favor, but regardless of that, I have a tremendous amount of respect for this team and this coaching staff.
Wait, what? The Chicago Sky just fired Teresa Weatherspoon? You're telling me they let go of the coach who turned a struggling team into the 10th best in the league? That's wild. But here's the real kicker. Rumor has it Angel Reese might be involved in this mess. What's going on behind the scenes? Seriously, this is crazy. Weatherspoon took a team that was struggling and made them competitive. She had them playing better than anyone expected. And now they just show her the door? It doesn't make sense.
Anyone else in person?
One thing you guys got to understand, I don't play mind games. So whatever the flow of the game is, that's what's flowing.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But you know what's even crazier? There's talk that Angel Reese might be mixed up in all this drama. Yeah, you heard that right. What's really going on here? Is there some behind-the-scenes stuff we don't know about? This decision could mess up everything for the Sky. We're talking player morale tanking, team direction going off course, and maybe even losing their star players. It's a big deal, and it could change everything for the Sky. Let's break it down and see what's really happening here. Hold up, the Sky just fired a coach who was making miracles happen with a shorthanded roster, but that's not even the craziest part. What if this move sends shockwaves through the locker room and costs them their most promising talent? You know what's wild? The Sky might have just shot themselves in the foot.
When you consider how they're kind of bringing your team back into the game, again, does that play into potentially inserting?
Games are games. Games are games. There's so many things that happens in games, and you make the adjustments in the game.
Here's why. Teresa Weatherspoon wasn't just doing okay with the team, she was overachieving. We're talking about a coach who took a squad with limited talent and a bunch of injuries and still made them competitive. That's not easy, folks. But check this out. The players were all in on Weatherspoon. Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese, they were big fans. Reese even tweeted she was lost for words when Weatherspoon got fired. That's huge. When your star players are that supportive of a coach, letting her go is a risky move. Now the Sky might be in big trouble. We're talking unhappy players, a messed up rebuild, and maybe even losing Angel Reese. Yikes. Imagine you're a player on that team. Your coach, who's been helping you improve and keeping the team competitive despite the odds, suddenly gets the boot. How would you feel? Probably not great, right? And here's the thing. The Sky are in rebuilding mode. They need stability. They need someone who can develop young talent and keep the team fighting even when they're outmatched. Weatherspoon was doing exactly that. So why get rid of her? This decision could mess everything up for the Sky. Think about it. If the players are unhappy, that affects their performance on the court. If they're questioning the team's direction, that could lead to some of them wanting out. And if they lose a rising star like Angel Reese, that could set their rebuild back years. So why would they make such a risky move? What's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? There's got to be more to this story, right? Maybe the front office knows something we don't. Or maybe they've got a big plan we can't see yet. But here's the real question. Was it worth it? Was whatever reason they had for firing Weatherspoon worth potentially alienating their players and messing up their rebuild? That's what we need to figure out. You know what's wild? The Sky might have just pulled off the biggest gamble in WNBA history. Think about it. Why would a team in rebuilding mode fire a coach who's overachieving with a limited roster? Unless they've got an ace up their sleeve that could change everything. Let's talk about what might be going on behind the scenes. Maybe the front office got some inside info from free agents about Weatherspoon. Or, plot twist, they might have a big-name coach lined up. That would explain why they'd make such a risky move, right? But here's the thing. The Sky's management has been making some head-scratching decisions lately. Is this just another mistake? Part of some master plan we're not seeing? It's like they're playing 4D chess while we're all stuck in checkers. Now let's think about next season. It's looking rough for the Sky. They might end up 12th in the league. So why ditch a coach who's good at developing players? It doesn't make sense unless they've got something big planned. Here's where it gets interesting. What if the Sky's front office knows something we don't? Imagine this. A secret plan so bold, it could turn their whole franchise around. But here's the kicker. It might cost them everything if it backfires. Think about it. The Sky need to show stability and a clear plan moving forward. They've got to regain player trust and morale after this unexpected coaching change. It's not going to be easy, but if they've got a high-profile coach lined up, it could explain everything. But let's be real, is a big-name coach really what the Sky need right now? They're in a rebuilding phase. They need someone who can develop young talent, not necessarily a superstar coach who might be looking for immediate success. So here's the million-dollar question. Was it worth it? Was whatever reason they had for firing Weatherspoon worth potentially alienating their players and messing up their rebuild? That's what we need to figure out. The sky's at a crossroads now. They could come out of this looking like geniuses if they've got a solid plan. But if they don't, well, let's just say things could get ugly real fast. All right, listen up. What if there's a way for the Sky to come out on top? Picture this. A strategy so bold it could turn their whole franchise around overnight. The catch? It involves a risky move that nobody sees coming. First things first, the Sky needs to smooth things over with their players, especially Angel Reese and Kennedy Carter. These stars were big fans of Weatherspoon, and now they're probably feeling lost and confused. The Sky can't afford to lose their top talent, so they need to act fast. Here's a crazy idea. What if the Sky brought in a coach that Reese and Carter respect? Someone who can keep developing their skills and push them to the next level. That could be the key to keeping them on board and rebuilding team morale. But wait, there's more. The Sky needs to show they've got a solid plan. You know what would be wild? If they involved the players in the search for a new coach. Imagine Reese and Carter sitting in on interviews, giving their input. That would make them feel valued and give them a sense of ownership in the team's future. Now let's talk about the fans. The Sky's got to be real with us. We can handle the truth, so they need to tell us what's going on. No more secrets, no more surprises. If they've got a plan, lay it out. If they're still figuring things out, admit it. We'll respect them more for being honest. Here's where it gets interesting. The Sky's front office has been making some weird moves lately. But what if they're not just messing up? What if they've got some master plan we can't see yet? Maybe they're in talks with a big-name coach who could change everything. Or maybe they've got their eye on some free agents who could take the team to the next level. But here's the thing. The Sky can't just rely on big names. They're in rebuilding mode, remember? They need someone who can develop young talent, not just chase immediate success. So whatever their plan is, it better include a strategy for long-term growth. Now, imagine this. The Sky manages to turn this whole mess around. They bring in a coach who clicks with the players, they involve the team in decision-making, and they're open with the fans about their plans. Suddenly, they're not just rebuilding, they're creating a whole new culture. If the Sky plays this right, they could turn this disaster into a chance to build something even better. But it's gonna take some serious work. They need to rebuild trust, boost morale, and show everyone they've got a clear vision for the future. All right, let's wrap this up. The Sky just made a move that's got everyone scratching their heads. They fired a coach who was doing wonders with a limited roster. Now they're in a tough spot. Players are upset, fans are confused, and the team's future is up in the air. But here's the thing, maybe the Sky knows something we don't. Could they have a secret plan that'll turn everything around? Or did they just make a massive mistake that'll cost them big time? What do you think is really going on here? Did the Sky mess up, or are they playing 4D chess while we're all stuck in checkers? Drop your thoughts in the comments. One thing's for sure, the next few moves the Sky makes could change everything. We'll be watching to see if they can pull off a miracle or if they're about to crash and burn.